Once upon a time, way back in the days of tall tales and wild adventures, there lived a girl named Sally Ann Thunder and Whirlwind. Now that's quite a name, isn't it? Well, she earned every bit of it because Sally Ann was a whirlwind of energy, laughter, and courage. She could outrun a deer, outclimb a tree faster than a raccoon, and outsmart anyone in the whole Tennessee wilderness. Folks said that even the wind couldn't catch up to her when she got going. Sally Ann grew up in a tiny log cabin deep in the woods. She wasn't like other girls who liked fancy dresses or ribbons. Nope. Sally Ann wore her trusty boots, tied her hair with a piece of rope, and loved helping her neighbors. Whether it was catching a runaway pig, pulling a wagon out of the mud, or scaring off a hungry bear with her fearless grin. One bright morning, as the sun climbed high and the birds whistled a tune, Sally Ann was fishing down by the river when she heard a shout, "Help! Somebody help me!" Without thinking twice, she jumped up and ran toward the sound. There, tangled in the roots of a fallen tree, was none other than Davy Crockett, the bravest frontiersman in all of America. But right now, he didn't look so brave. His boot was stuck, and a giant alligator was slowly crawling out of the river toward him. Sally Ann didn't scream or run. She planted her feet, rolled up her sleeves, and yelled, "You better back off, Mr. Gator, or I'll tie your tail in a knot." The gator snapped its big jaws, chomp. But Sally Ann was quicker than lightning. She grabbed a branch, gave it a mighty twist, and swoosh. Splashed water in the gator's eyes. The gator roared, flipped its tail, and slid back into the river, gone for good. Then Sally Ann yanked Davy Crockett's boot free and pulled him out of the mud with one strong tug. Davy blinked in surprise. "Well, ma'am," he said, "you just saved me from becoming gator lunch. Who in tarnation are you?" Sally Ann grinned and said proudly names Sally Ann Thunder and Whirlwind, "Sir, but you can call me Sally Ann." From that day on, Davy Crockett and Sally Ann became the best of friends, and later husband and wife. But don't you go thinking Sally Ann just stayed home sewing socks. Oh no, she was out there having her own wild adventures. Once she wrestled a wildcat just to protect a baby deer. Another time she climbed a tornado. Yes, climbed it. To save a family's roof that had blown away. When people saw her running faster than a storm, they said, "There goes Thunder Ann again." But what made Sally Ann special wasn't just her strength, it was her heart. She always helped anyone in need, whether it was feeding hungry travelers, mending broken fences for old folks, or calming scared animals during a thunderstorm. And she never, ever bragged. When people praised her for being the strongest, she'd smile and say, "Strength don't just come from muscles. It comes from kindness, courage, and doing what's right, even when it's hard." As years passed, tales of Sally Ann Thunder and Whirlwind spread all across the frontier. Kids in cabins whispered her name at bedtime, dreaming of being brave like her. And Davy Crockett himself would laugh and say, "I might be the king of the wild frontier, but Sally Ann, she's the queen of my heart and the strongest whirlwind the wilderness ever saw. So whenever the wind rushes through the trees and makes the leaves dance, remember, maybe that's just Sally Ann Thunder and Whirlwind, running through the forest, reminding us all that true strength comes from being brave, kind, and never giving up."